All right, everyone, welcome to the live stream. This is going to be a fun show today. It's going to be so fun that you're going to be stoked for it. So this one is going to be featuring Bill Stoker. We originally met a little bit ago. Let's see, I'll put it up on he has an awesome YouTube channel over here. There we go. There's the YouTube channel. So I have links in the description box for Bill Stoker from Stokermatic. A lot of videos focusing on wilderness navigation, on outdoor survival skills. It seems like he's an awesome chef too. We're going to be talking about that. You can also find Stokermatic over on Instagram and on Parler. So I first met Bill over at Austin Chambers. We had Austin Chambers on last Saturday, the author of the Cascadia Fallen book series. And there's Bill right there. There's me, aka Chewbacca, compared to everyone else. So we had a little party over there, and that's when I first got the chance to meet Bill Stoker in person, and it was a lot of fun. And we've been trying to get together now for a little bit, and we finally got it to go for this live stream, where we're going to be talking about all things in regards to wilderness navigation. We're going to be talking about outdoor stuff, and hopefully we'll also book some things where we can go hang out together, because we're both local. I think Bill probably lives maybe 30 minutes from me or so within an hour's driving distance. So I think we're going to schedule some outdoor adventures, and maybe we'll even bring him up into the downtown Seattle to use some of these navigation skills in the urban environment. So it should be a cool cross-pollination of channels. So without further ado, let's bring on Bill Stoker to the live stream from Stokermatic. How's it going?
Hey, good morning, man. I'm stoked to see you.
Yeah, this is going to be a blast. So let me get a different angle over here. There we go. Yeah, so I have the nice background from one of your hikes over here. so cool. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Man, Cliff,
Are we having technical difficulties?
I lost you bad. You're coming in so broken, and I don't know how I'm coming in, and I don't know what happened in the last 2 seconds.
It's a little broken. If you want, I could that's part of going live, so that's cool, and I think everyone understands that.
Oh my gosh.
I'll talk some more. I'll do a stage stall really quick. 1 second. All right, so a couple of technical difficulties. Bill Stoker is over in down in the south area around the Olympia area or whatever. So let's go through some of the stuff on the channel over here. If I'm looking at the over here, that's because I'm looking at my screen. So I've been following him, especially since we first met, and just following all these videos, and they're super high quality outdoor videos which I really love. He's not in his backyard, for example. There's a lot of videos similar to that. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff with regard to navigation. There's some gear type videos. There's fire starting videos. There's more of like philosophy style videos. So you see a lot of stuff on tools and everything. And one of the things I really admire about the videos that he's producing is the production quality is super high, and it's inspiring. And Bill Stoker comes from a military background, so oftentimes when I'm watching the video, I feel like he's talking right at me, and it gets me super excited to go do whatever he's saying to do. So let's see if we can bring him back on really quick again, see if we got it worked out. So let's see. Here we go. All right, how are we looking now?
Yeah, man, you're looking so good. I'm so pumped up now. I'm stoked that it's coming in live and it's good, and I can hear you.
We're live. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The YouTube algorithms were trying to shut us down, but they're not going to block us. We're having
to get us this time.
they got us in the beginning, but we're getting the last laugh with them. So thanks everyone in the chat room. I see a lot of people over here. Say hi to. Let me say quick little highs, and then we'll just get going. Jojo says never click so fast. There we go.
That's right.
We got Southwest Prepper Group. Welcome. We got Sean from Apple Valley in California. Author. Arthur, there we go, and let's see, Rick Grimes. People coming from all around the world to talk with us Washingtonians. So
yeah,
we got John from Tennessee. Welcome everyone. Alpha Prepping, hello, welcome to the live stream. This is going to be a fun one. If you guys have questions on anything outdoor related, this is the stream for you, because we're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Southwest Prepper Group making nationwide news here. Costco has a line a mile long, only 1% per household. Wow. Yeah, it's getting crazy time, so we could probably talk a little bit about that too.
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone says it's looking great now. So, cool. Well, thanks a bunch for making this happen. We've been talking offline.
Long time.
Hey, we got to get together. Yeah, we get together, and it's mostly my fault. So, because I want to come down there, because you're doing awesome stuff out in the woods, overnighters, and these high quality YouTube videos. I thought maybe we could just kind of start off with more of like an introduction for the people that might not be as familiar with you now. Again, links are in the description box. subscribe to Stokermatic right now. Okay, moment up, hold on, moment up. I'll give you 5 seconds. All right, there you go. Okay, you're subscribed to Bill Stoker. Click the notification bar. Maybe we can start off a little bit about your background and the history and kind of an introduction to those that might not be familiar with your channel quite yet.
Yeah, sounds good. So long story short, I was in Marine Corps from 1995 to 2003. The vast majority of that time, I was in an anti-terrorism unit. I was a close quarters battle team leader. And so just did a ton of green side, like urban, and then black side, so urban and rural type training. And then I had a little bit of a break in service, and I've been in the Army now since 2010. And I spend the vast majority of my time teaching and coaching and developing some of my soldiers. And a few years ago, I had put up a video on a land navigation demonstration video, and I totally forgot about it for about 10 years. And then about a year and a half ago, I went and looked and was like, oh my gosh, people are starting to resonate and they like it and they enjoy this. And I was like, you know what, let me continue to do this because it's something that I genuinely enjoy to do. So I wanted to do some more of it. And so, you know, a year later, here we are, and we're going to keep rocking this show.
Yeah, totally. I was just getting the video up over there. Yeah, look at that. That first video 5 years ago down there at the bottom, 297,000 views.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, and a lot of the information that you're providing here for us for free is stuff that you're providing to the military for navigation as well. Then, and you have,
yeah, that's right.
That is so cool. So, guys, we're getting a steal here. This is all free information. We're getting it from the source. Man, yeah. I wish my first video just went like that. That's so. After you saw like that, this stuff is resonating with people. That's when you kind of went, okay, let's do some more of this. And then,
yeah, I said, you know what? Let me plug away for a year. If this thing continues, then I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy creating the content, and the reason I made that specific video, I was an instructor at an NCO, a school for non-commissioned officers. It was a leadership course. And I saw that people were struggling with doing basic land navigation, using a map and a compass and using analog skills. And I felt that some of my peers were not doing enough of a job of teaching and explaining and showing. So I was like, let me try to build this so that all the students can be on the same platform. And sure enough, you know, test results went through the roof as a result of it.
Yeah, and that's one of I think one of my shortcomings, especially is the doing the non-computerized navigation. I like
Right.
I'm kind of the urban guy, and so I'm relying a lot on technologies. And the times that I get to use a compass and do the training on the attenuation and everything like that is when I do stuff with the Cub Scouts and we get to do activities. And part of it's, you know, to do some outdoor stuff with the Scouts. Others is try to brush up on my skills a little bit too.
Right.
So that's been my outlet, but I'm definitely more on the techie side. So I need to. I think we're going to try to get something scheduled in the books for show me some stuff, and that should be a good time. So
sounds good.
Yeah, so cool. So 5 years, you put something up, it resonated with people, and then hey, let's and it seems like you've been going hard for the last year, and
I've been going really hard.
It's again. I always, as a fellow YouTuber, I always keep man. There's another video. There's another video. There's another video. See, that thumbnail's really good. That thumbnail's awesome. And then it makes me feel bad about myself. And then
goodness
no, but then when I watch the videos, it's always like I always get super pumped up on it. I was kind of curious on. I know that Stoker is Stoker's your name, but it's also your. I don't know how to put it. Stokermatic. We're talking a little bit about the background of Stokermatic, and,
right. Okay.
And you were talking about how it has some historic meanings too, as far as cooking.
So it's now 2 centuries ago. I guess you and I were old enough to, when we say last century, we're not really thinking 1900s. We're thinking 1800s.
Yes.
Which is kind of scary. But in the 1800s, there was a manufacturer, and they built the Stokermatic stove, and it was a wood burning stove to heat homes with, that controlled the air intake and output really well, and it was just really efficient. And I started using that handle, and then turn out to find the history of the name. But I'm using the handle there's some right there.
There we go.
That's awesome.
So this is a Stokermatic stove, and
that's it.
And then you're like, wait a second, I'm Stoker.
That's
Stokermatic is a stove. Boom. There's the YouTube handle.
That's right.
And there we go. We got you. So
if
you go on Google right now and go Stokermatic stove, not only are you going to get the stove, but boom, right, let's see several. There we go. Stokermatic's right there. The Stokermatic.
That's right.
2020s. That's awesome. I see a lot of stuff coming in the chat room already. So and I think we could do some rapid fire kind of Q&A as far as what everyone has over there as well. I wanted to kind of show people one of the videos that we were kind of talking about that with Bernie's over here monitoring. We call them the Stoker trolls. We don't know if there's any Stokermatic trolls, but he's down there in the chat room making sure everything's well behaved. But I wanted to show kind of as far as the videos that you do, because I feel like you're talking to me when I watch them, and you're in the outdoors, and we're kind of talking a little bit about how many cameras that we have going over there. Right. So I just want to give people just a little taste of Stokermatic out in the woods doing his thing. I just processed this right before the video, so hopefully it works out. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, welcome to the channel, friends. As always, man, I am stoked to see you. So I wanted to come out here into the wilderness and bring out a small land navigation kit, some items that you can think about putting into your kit so that you can get out into the wild and explore with some confidence. As we get going, if you want to master your fieldcraft or develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on some future content. Now, as we get going, I want to let you know everything that I have in my kit bag has been time tested and approved, man, both here in the continental United States as well as overseas, multiple different deployments. A lot of the things that I have on my body right now, I've had for more than 5 or 10 years. And in fact, a couple of them I've had for a little bit longer than that. So I can tell you, and I put my stamp of approval on it for whatever that's worth to you. And what it's all about at the end of the day is being able to go out into the wilderness with confidence, knowing that you have the tools, the equipment, and the resources on your person to be able to work yourself out.
Yeah, so see what it was boom, boom, boom. And then after I watched the video, I'm like, yes, I'm out there. How did you get so good at that? And can you talk a little bit about that? Because is that a military secret training thing, or how's that happen?
Here's the secret, Cliff. I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't tell anybody. So I think I did recently get beat up on this earlier this week. I had somebody who left a comment, and it wasn't quite disparaging, but it's like, Stoker, man, you need to take some speech classes, you need to take some writing classes, but for the most part, I think, because what I do is for the most part completely unscripted, right? I don't have a big production team. It's one guy, one camera, and we're out in the woods just trying to piecemeal all this stuff together. But I think, that lack of being scripted and the lack of production resonates with more people than it isolates and separates people from the show, because it's real, and yeah, I chop out some of the stupid things that come out of my mouth sometimes, but for the most part, what you see it's Stoker. It's who I am.
Yeah, and I think nowadays it's so much is fake out there. Like
right.
All the music that's on the radio, it's been all auto-tuned and heavily processed. And if you watch TV, it's all they're reading from a script and they have their teleprompters and their earpiece. We're doing all this stuff raw, and it's authentic and real. And I think that resonates with people, and that's what I imagine, at least.
Yeah, I think so too. That's cool. What I tell myself.
Yeah, I think you do an awesome job. And I how many? We were talking a little bit before the stream was starting. There's even on that intro, we saw all these different camouflages. I'm like, man, whenever I'm going outdoors, I'm trying to keep track of my weight and everything. And he has he either has a whole camera crew with him, or he has something figured out on how you do this. Like when you're going out in the field and you're okay, I'm going to do a compass video or something, or outdoor navigation. Like, how much cameras are you bringing with you, and how are you kind of planning all that out?
So, as far as the gear that I take out with me, I'd take this pack right here with all of my basic essential items that I need on me. And then I have a Canon mirrorless M50 and a lav mic and a tripod and a couple of extra batteries. And I'll take out a shotgun mic just in case. But really, that's it. So I spend a lot of my time setting up a camera, running out, upwards of 100 meters, and then walking and doing what I need to do, and then running back to pick up the tripod and move it out to somewhere else, and then just moving it around different locations. Yeah.
So you're saying if anyone has, I mean, I think all of us have cameras and we have these kind of things, maybe not a lav mic or whatever, but it seems like if those of you that are watching that want to get into YouTube or start making videos, just get out there and go do it. It sounds like so.
Just do it.
So that's again, I'm super inspired by all this stuff. I wanted to do, before I get too backlogged in the comment section, I just wanted to answer some of these, or I'm not going to answer. I'm going to have you answer them. So let's see here. Here we go. This one's from Lionheart. This is Stokermatic. Can you recommend any books to learn navigation? I like to have a printed book at home about basic skills in case the lights go out.
Oh man, Lionheart, what a great question. So I need, that's something that I need to do, and I have it on my list, is to put what I have and what I've been putting on video into book format. But really, FM 7 or 3-25.26, which is the Army's field manual for land navigation, is probably the best resource that's out there. Is just get the Army technical manual, and it'll put you all in the right direction.
Awesome. And then we have another one over here. This is from Denise, who we just had on a live stream for the meat canning.
Oh, yeah.
Would you recommend beginners doing an orienting? What would you recommend for oriented USA course then?
Oh man. So Denise, by the way, I love the canning show. That was awesome. I was able to catch about 20 minutes and I learned so much just in those few minutes. Sweet. So orienteering is a sport that's really big outside of the United States, but there are some orienteering associations here in the States as well. And it's basically a land navigation styled sport where you're moving from point to point, and it's kind of a race. So it combines a couple of different things together. So I definitely recommend, if there's a local course on land navigation or orienteering, to definitely get involved and do it, because when we're talking about anything as it relates to survival, whether we're talking about land navigation, canning, it's talking about things that we have to physically do, their motor skills. And unless you practice, unless you learn some different things and learn from your mistakes, and going and getting some hands-on training and doing some courses in a controlled environment is the best way to do that, to build confidence, right?
Yeah. And we'll do one last question, then we'll get to some other things. So this is from the Apex Prepper, aka Bernie. What's scarier, wilderness navigation or urban navigation? Oh
my gosh, I tell you what. So I having had to do both in real world scenarios, I think that they both have their risk that comes associated with them. When I've had to do some navigation in an urban environment, whether it was on foot or in a convoy operation, it's so asymmetrical, the environment that you're dealing with, and it's three-dimensional, where the threats that you're concerned about. But when I've been in a more of a wilderness or a wooded environment or out in the desert, it has its own scary things as well, because it really, all your sensors are just jiving. So I don't know that one is more scary than another, but they both have their own equal threats. So that's for sure.
Yeah, and they're just different. So it looks like Cascadian Preparedness, aka Austin.
Hey,
he's in the house. He's in the house. He has 30 minutes to hang out, and he says that he's stoked. There we go. I remember using the word stoked back in high school, like in the 90s and stuff with me, and now I've brought it back through your videos.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm telling people, yeah, I'm stoked, man. I got Bill Stoker on it. So there we go. Get stoked.
Get stoked.
Now, can we buy some merchandise? Is there what's that happening? Because I want to wear a Get Stoked tape like that. So
I did. I'm working on getting some stuff on Amazon, but there's a Stoked T-shirt that is available right now on Amazon.
That is okay.
And I'm working on some sweatshirts and some other things. I don't know the best route to go yet, so I'm still figuring all this stuff out.
Yeah. And looks like Austin's over there already active, lightening up the mood of the chat room. So
there you go.
So I thought we could talk a little bit about what is Bill Stoker? What does Stokermatic have in your navigation kit when you're going out into the wild? Maybe we could talk a little bit about that, because we're all us preppers on this channel. We like our gear and we like having our kits.
Yeah, no,
so
absolutely.
We want to know, like, what should we get? So,
what do we need? So that's a really good one. You need a compass, and there are a couple different types that are out there. You have base plate compasses like this Silva, which probably runs $30-ish, and I would not recommend buying a the cheapest compass you can probably find is probably $5, and you get what you pay for. A lensatic compass like this from Kamanga is going to run maybe $70 for a brand new one. This one happens to have some tritium on it, so that's a pretty cool feature because it's easy to use at night with the tritium markers on it. After that, depending on what you're doing for maps, and you can find all the map resources that you need that you're looking for from the USGS, and they have not just topographical maps, that we might use out in a wooded environment, but you have all types of maps that are just really good. So you do need a map, and then depending on the type of map that you're using, you may need a protractor, which I had. Oh, here it is. Here's a protractor right there. To help, clearly define your location on a map, and then be able to work out from there. And really, that's it. So you need a piece of paper and a pen, whether you're talking about jotting down how far you're moving or what direction you're moving. And I always take notes. Yeah, I've done a lot of carpentry back in the day, and so I learned a long time ago to measure twice and cut once. And the same is true in everything that we're doing. You have to plan what you're doing, and don't trust that you're never going to make a mistake, because even I make mistakes, when I start to get ahead of myself.
Yeah. Looks like we already have one of the Stoker trolls in the chat room.
No.
Who teaches land nav better, Army or Marines?
Truth be told, it's something that even service members struggle with. So about 8-9 years ago, there was a soldier in a leader development course down at Fort Hood, Texas, who got lost and died from exposure. And we spend so much time, in the military on land nav in both services. But man, they both people struggle with it, because we do get so attached to what the digital means that it gives us. But what happens when the lights go out? What happens when the GPS satellites are gone? Mm-hmm. What do you do from there?
And here's a question that I had. I'm glad someone else asked. So this is from Southwest Prepper Group. Ranger beads. What's your count then?
Right. So So what my count is? We're talking about pace count down in the Southwest. By the way, I'm from New Mexico, Southwest Prepper Group. So it's awesome to see you. So my pace count is 70 paces, and I think and what we're talking about is how many paces does it take you to move 100 meters? Mm-hmm. So most people are going to average during the daylight between 65 and about 75. And I don't use Ranger beads. I just make tick marks on my paper.
Awesome. And this one's I'm gonna let's see if I can press the right button over here. Where am I? There. Okay, I'm back. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Let me take this off really quick. I have some personal. It's my turn to ask a question now for Stokermatic. Yeah. One of the ones I had is, and we showed it a little bit in the introduction video, was that oftentimes when people are out in the wilderness that I see, at least making videos, they're making their mountain house packs, or they're having their MREs and stuff like that. With yours, it looks like it's fine dining steak, and you have like the most awesome looking bacon wrap sandwich. And there's grilled, sauteed vegetables and everything like that. I also want to talk a little bit about your cooking background, because it seems awesome, and I want to try it. So. Man,
I love cooking. And I always have. And, similar, I was never in the Cub Scouts, but I was in the Boy Scouts. And I learned a long time ago to just enjoy myself outdoors. And my dad, we grew up going to rendezvous reenactments in the Southwest. And I just really, there's something about cooking. But I think why I'm a little intentional, I'm not trying to, just eat rice or the mountain home. And I got a case of MREs right here as backup, but I don't want to bring that to the table, because I want people to enjoy themselves outdoors, and so that means I need to enjoy myself outdoors as well. So, and that includes cooking, man. If you don't have a good meal, you don't have a good day. I mean, what are we doing?
And so when you're going out there, like you had this, it looked like a ribeye bone-in steak, and that's with the grill. Are you bringing that? Are you lugging that in with some kind of cooler then, and just preparing that for the meals, or?
Yes.
What was that one? That one, it was like you were cooking some sauteed vegetables and you had like a steak on there.
Oh,
And
I
it
had
was,
a steak. Yeah.
oh man, it was so
So
good.
good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
And what about that one that I think I showed you in the beginning, as far as the sandwich that you had? It was like a bacon wrap
Oh
sausage.
yeah. No.
And I remember when you did the video, you're like, you're like, "Ooh, this looks good." What was that one? And can I have it?
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to making this for you. So just imagine this: a cheese stuffed, bacon wrapped bratwurst stuffed inside a pepper, served on a fresh bun.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's so good.
Oh man, when your enthusiasm in the video was it got me pumped up too, and I'm like, man, I gotta step up my outdoor cooking, because no more see someone here talking about pork and beans in the can. Never again, not again.
That's
We're
right.
not doing
That's
pork and
right.
beans. We're doing cheese stuffed bacon wrap
That's it.
on fresh bread. So cool. This is another one from Cascadian Preparedness. This is do you recommend pace meters over yards?
So the vast majority of map data that we're going to have is going to be dealing in the metric system. So I hate to say that we have to count, and we have to know how to count in kami and things like this, but we do need to understand the metric system. And so most maps that we're going to have are going to be dealing with meters and kilometers. It makes, I hate to say it, but when it comes to things like this, it makes math a little easier. I mean, you should know your yards, but to be honest with you, unless you're looking for something that is like a 1 meter by 1 meter, if you were counting yards over meters, you're going to be pretty stinking close.
Yeah. So I've been trying to do in my videos for like the flashlight videos, like I try to do stuff in meters and metric, because I mean, in the US, I don't think in metrics, I don't think in kilometers or whatever, but it's I don't know, it's always kind of weird that the whole entire world is basically
the entire
measuring
world
in something that works for like the galaxy and everything too. They don't and then but we're going feet and we're going yards.
Absolutely.
Because we got America for our football. So how many meters is a football field? So you talked a little bit about this in the beginning, as far as what compass. So I know a lot of people on my channel, they like buying stuff on Amazon. So just a final word, what compass should they go buy again? I know that we talked a little bit about some of the options that we had, but what's like the brand and model, so then Alpha Prepping could go shopping on Amazon?
Alpha Prepping, hands down, bottom line up front, the best compass that you can get, dollar for dollar, is the Kamenga USGI Lensatic compass. It's the 3H model, which has the tritium. It's going to run about $70. It's going to last you for the rest of your life. I've thrown this thing. I've abused this thing. I've had it. I've been using them for over 20 years, and I've trusted my life with them, and I continue to do so. Yes.
There we go. Final word. That's the compass that we need to get. If you have not watching this video live, and if you're watching the rerun of it, welcome. We're talking with Stokermatic. Make sure you subscribe to Stokermatic's channel, and I'm going to put a link to this compass in the description box. I need to upgrade my compass, because I have more of like the REI style ones that are like the plastic one that you showed earlier.
Yeah.
And I need to get the real deal. This looks awesome. So
I got one for you. So
okay, I can't wait. So would you take that same thing? Like for me, I don't get out to the woods unless as often as what I really should, because when you're doing family stuff and everything, it's hard to balance that, as I do with the Cub Scouts. But right now with COVID and stuff, it's harder for us to get together in person. Would you use the same setup even in the urban environment as well?
Oh, absolutely. So I mean, of course, in the military, we think a lot of redundancy, and so we have typically, especially when it comes to communication, we talk about a PACE plan. So whether you're talking in an urban environment or out in the wilderness, having more than one means to be able to navigate. So, I'm not opposed to using GPS devices and having those built in, but I'm always gonna rely on my Lensatic.
Yeah. In a recent video that you did, let me get the channel back up really quick. This is a couple weeks back. I was watching it, and I was really inspired because this one, don't become a statistic. That's one. Yeah. I was hoping that you could kind of talk a little bit about the content from that one, because it was about getting lost in the woods and like the steps that you recommend for people to do in that kind of situation. And I thought that was something that seemed like I shared it with my audience, and I was thinking we could kind of talk a little bit about here on the stream for those that didn't get a chance to see that one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, every year, I've said this so many times before, but it's true, and it's the reality of one of my motivational reasons for doing what I do. Thousands of people every single year are subject to being a participant in a search and rescue operation, and so there's untold of thousands more who make it out before that happens. So every year, thousands of people are rescued and they're returned to safety. And I think so many times we often don't think about what it is that it puts us in those scenarios in the first place. And if we look at all the statistics, the vast majority of these people are, they're tourists, they're day hikers, they're going out taking a photo. They're not really paying attention to what they're doing, not bringing any supplies or resources out with them at all. In many cases, not even a water source. So, I try to bring something different to the table as far as, what are the things that you do need to have on your person all the time. Going out for a day hike, which we have so many things to do up here in the Northwest. It's so awesome, right?
Yeah.
But how many times do we, even like you or I, walk around out on a trail and you see just dudes walking with a cell phone taking selfies, and so many people sometimes think that because I'm on a trail, nothing is ever going to happen. And yet it happens all the time, every single year, in every single national park. Something is going wrong with somebody. And the biggest culprits out there are exposure is the number one killer. So not being prepared for a change in temperature. It was just earlier this year during COVID, I think the Mailbox Peak had like 4 search and rescue operations in about 48 hours because people had hiked up and they lost their daylight and they didn't have a jacket on them. And so they got stuck and they needed to get rescued. So being able to be prepared for exposure, and just having some basic tools or equipment as it relates to food, fire, water, shelter, first aid, navigation, communications, self-defense, and of course, maintaining a core body is just so huge important. And making sure that somebody knows where you're going and knows your route and knows when to hit that panic button and knows who and where to hit that panic button to. Because oftentimes, search and rescue operation is not going to happen until the morning after somebody gets a phone call, which may be 48 to 72 hours after somebody is actually gone missing. So having what you need to be able to sustain life for a few days is just so important. Yeah.
So whenever you're out and about, like what are you bringing with you? We know about you're going to have the nav supplies, you're going to have your map and the compass that we talked about earlier. What are some of the other things that for people that are just tuning in now? Make sure you subscribe, click the notification button. What does Stokermatic bring on any kind of hike, no matter where you're? I know the stuff that I like bringing with me, but I'm curious what you have. I want the real deal now. So.
Yeah. So no matter where I'm at, what I'm doing, whether it's just and I move so often by myself. That I have to be even more adamant because when I go out with the wife, I take the same things, but I have to be even more careful when I'm moving out by myself. So I always make sure that I have some sort of tarp or shelter with me. Now that we're moving into winter, I always make sure I have some different layering systems so I can maintain a core temp. Of course, I have my phone. I have all my everyday carry items on me, but odds are I'm not going to have service, which is why I have everything else on me as well. So, I always make sure I have some sort of rope. There's the 10 C's that are out there that people follow and abide by, and they're all well and good. Of course, I always have a knife. I normally always have a hatchet as well because I like axes. I like throwing axes. It's just a good time. And I have some first aid items. I have more than one ability to procure and to purify water. And I have all these things, and truth be told, it takes up no more than 10, 11 pounds. It doesn't take a lot of weight to be prepared for even just a short duration. If I was trying to go out for a longer expedition, my weight may go up a little bit, but I don't recommend carrying more than 35 pounds.
Yeah, and that's the backpack that we see back there that's hanging on the
Yes,
on the
sir.
nice hook over there. That's the one that I remember seeing in the video. So
Love it.
it looks like we're getting a lot of people that are requesting an EDC dump. Is it EDC dump time? I think it might be EDC dump time. So, all right. So on the live stream, one of the things we like seeing is what kind of gear do you have on you or within your vicinity right now that we could show and tell on the live stream? So,
oh my gosh.
so it's EDC check.
I'm in my garage. So yeah. Oh my gosh. So I have a wallet.
There we go.
I have a compass. I have another compass. I have maps. I have paper. I have pen. I have. Oh, this is. Wait, those are the wrong keys. These are my keys, and this is one of my favorites. And I know a lot of old meatheads are going to love this. But there's my father's P38 from 1964. Wow. Oh my gosh, I would hate myself if I ever lost that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, most. I don't think we. For those of you asking for the EDC dump, we've never had a compass on the EDC. No one's ever. But Stokermatic had the compass on there. So looks like Southwest Prepper says 1,000 rounds right here. Wow, that's an impressive EDC. That's cool. Let's see. We talked, and you talked a little bit about the first aid, and you're out and about. Let me turn off the EDC ticker. There we go. EDC ticker's off. It's okay. It's officially
all right.
Off. You were talking about your first aid that you bring with you, and being outdoors. I'm always worried about slipping, and like especially when I see when I watch stuff on TV, whether it be like a outdoor survivals program or Naked and Afraid or something like that. They're falling and slipping, and they could break stuff. I was curious, do you have any specialized medical stuff that you like bringing with you when you're out in the wild, in the wilderness, where you're by yourself, to help in those kind of situations?
Yeah, I mean, so the vast majority of issues that we're going to come across is going to be lower extremities, from what statistics tell us. So spraining an ankle, straining a knee, some kind of hyperextension, and of course, cuts and scratches and scrapes, things of this nature. But I don't carry anything special. I have some gauze, and I have some antibacterial ointments and things of this nature, something to protect the wound. And of course, I have some rope. Should I have sprain or something, I need to make a field expedient splint or something like that. And I carry a tourniquet, but I don't carry a tourniquet for me. And I know that the likelihood of needing a tourniquet out in town or out in the wilderness is slim to nil, unless I get mauled by that tiger we saw, or the mountain lion we saw not too long ago, right? But I do carry my car all the time, and really, it's not for me. It's to help somebody else.
So, and I imagine that a lot of this, it's not really especially for you with your background, it's not as much on the equipment that you're bringing, but the skills and knowledge on how to improvise in whatever the situation might be. Then,
yeah, I think there's three things in kind of my approach and the way I try to bring something to the table. It's our knowledge and what we have, and it's an institutional knowledge. What's housed in our brain housing group. It's the equipment that we have, and it's our experience and our efficiency at using what we have. So the more where these things interlock is where, to a greater degree, is where we can really thrive. So where I may not need a compass, based off of my experience and how efficient I am moving through an unknown environment, and my knowledge, having a compass makes me even more efficient. I don't, if that makes sense, but
yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, looks like the Anchorage Prepper, I think, is saying the best EDC are your skills. So I think that's where we go there. I thought this was a cool question. This is from Bernie. This is from what was your biggest scare when you've been out by yourself? Something like facing wildlife or potential big injury.
I mean, I've certainly come into closer contact with. I hope my wife's not watching.
Let's be careful about
large cats. I've had some large cats come around, but none of that. All of that pales in comparison to. Well, I guess I wasn't out by myself, when I'm in the Middle East. But certainly that is probably the more life-changing moments. Yeah.
Yeah. So where were you stationed then overseas? Then where are some of the places that you've been?
Stationed overseas, I've been, all over the place. So Italy and England and all over Europe. I've been to India. I've been to South America, down in Peru, Korea, of course, and Japan. And
Might be having some technical difficulties here. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go full screen right now. Look, I think there's a couple little difficulties. It looks like it's frozen over here. Let me see. I see some. Yeah. Okay. We lost Stokermatic. I think we're gonna get him back in a second. So let me. This one was pretty funny as far as Bigfoot has nothing on Stokermatic. That is correct. That's the correct answer. And then Rusty was also talking about that other humans are the scariest things went out there. Cascadia Preparedness, thank you for dropping by. You need to roll out. Peace and get stoked. We will get peace and get stoked. Let me get the video back up over here. Guys, if you're just tuning into this now live, we're talking with Bill Stoker. We have little technical difficulties going on right now. The YouTube algorithms are trying to bring us down, but we're not going to let them. We're going to get back over here in a second. But make sure you go over to Stokermatic's channel. It's an awesome channel. I've been following it since I first met Stoker in person with Austin Chambers, the author that we've had here on the channel, which you see here. And there was a little get together, and that's when we first met. And then we finally got this live stream going where we've been able to talk about a lot of different things on navigation and everything. We're having some compass recommendations. We're talking about tricks of the trade, what's in your land navigation kit. And yeah, it looks like we might have lost a signal over there. So I'm going to keep talking over here. Let's see. I'm going to remove. And I think Bernie's over here. Let's see. Maybe Bernie knows what's going on. Yeah, Bernie lost him too. Bernie, what did the algorithms get him, or what happened?
I think the algorithms got him for sure.
Yeah, they don't like compasses.
No. Well, maybe they were a little concerned about the places where he's been.
Yeah,
where he was stationed, because that's where it seemed to kind of cut out. But no, yeah, I mean, there's been no trolls other than Austin. I mean, Cascadian Preparedness. I mean, that guy was all over. I mean, I know they're friends, so no, that's why they were giving each other a bad time. But I got to thinking it would be a blast to again. I mean, our round table just keeps getting bigger and bigger, right? Of people that we want to get, and I mean, we gotta have him. I mean, it looks like you've already met him and everything, but I mean, yeah, I would totally love to meet the guy. And
there's so much that I can learn and get better at in my skills. And I don't get a chance to just go out like by myself because I have a wife and kids, and we have stuff, especially working all day during the week, and then going and hey, by the way, I'm going out for 48 hours. I'm going to be practicing my knots.
Well, what we should do is get our families together and then let them just watch the family, and then we can have a, prepper weekend where we all go out and make fun of each other.
Yeah, so everyone, we lost Stoker for a little bit. It looks like there's some conspiracy theories going on. Yeah, we saw that it's frozen. Nice t-shirt collection. I think Denise is right. The government locked him down. So they said, whoa, Stokermatic's on the prepper. We shut this down, shut it down. That may be what happened. It may also be a conspiracy theory that's what. Let's see, what else do we have here? Illuminati does not want this information.
What, people being able to take care of themselves?
Yeah, no, we don't want that. So
no,
30% of the time it's frozen people who allow. Yeah, so yeah, this is from look at all these theories. If you have a theory on what happened we lost Stoker, we're gonna get him back though. NSA said enough, too much knowledge. Yeah, that's probably right. We may have to put this over to Discord afterwards. I'm sorry. I didn't get the link over there. It seems to always happen when you're talking about important stuff. Yeah, there is something to that, because we've talked with a lot of people it's so cool on this live stream over the past year on how many people that we've talked with and all the valuable information. And I think there might be something to that when we're talking about the really important stuff, and they're like, hey, shut it down. Let's see. This is from. I said Bigfoot at all. What the hell? Yeah, you mentioned Bigfoot. And
yeah,
the keyword algorithm got it. Hey, whoa. Alpha prepping just subbed and looking forward to going through his back huddle. Yeah. So while we're waiting for, I guess I could text do it really quick. If you're just watching this now, go subscribe to Stokermatic. We're having some technical difficulties right now. Not sure what we're not sure what happened, but it's definitely there's some conspiracy theories going on right now as far as what it possibly could be. I'm going to write them really quick.
Hey, at Survival Channel.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say at Survival Channel. No, he said he was in his garage, not a bunker. So
yeah.
I think we're safe there.
Yeah, because
But,
we're the survival. Yeah,
maybe the cat was chewing on his cable, network cable.
Yeah, Bigfoot got him. That's another one of the possibilities. I don't know. I see him right now. He's getting repositioned. We're gonna
Nice.
get going. Let's see. Can we bring him back? Stoker,
Yay, there he is.
What is going on? I don't know. I don't even know what's happening here.
We've had a lot of conspiracy theories. Yeah, we have had a lot of conspiracy theories on what happened.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm going to give you the rundown. So this is one. The government locked him down.
Yes.
That's one of the possibilities. Another one is that the Illuminati does not want us talking about that. This is from a Southwest Prepper. NSA said too much information.
Too much.
Rusty saying what it always seems to happen when you're talking about important stuff. And then this person blames themselves. Southwest Prepper says they mentioned Bigfoot, and then it all went down.
That's right. That's right.
But we got you back though. And it looks like people are already subscribing. Guys, we were talking about you offline. If you're watching this, go subscribe to Stokermatic right now. Let's give him another 5 seconds. I'm going to drink a cup of coffee. Go over to his channel. The link's in the description.
Man, I did.
Click the notification. Yes. Let's see what's this. While we're waiting, Cliff, can you highlight the UGS store for your maps? I put it in the chat, but can you highlight? Do I need to put a link in that? Okay, I can do that.
If anybody has any issues trying to negotiate that website, because it can be tricky, I did do a pretty good walkthrough, I think, of how to navigate the USGS website.
Is that? Do you have a video on that one?
Mm-hmm. Make your own maps, something like that.
Yeah, let me get that one.
Ooh.
Cool. So we got you back. We'll come back. So go over to the channel and make your own maps. I remember that one because
it shouldn't be that long ago.
Yeah, I saw that one. Anyway, I'll let search amongst yourselves for that one. We already have that taken care of. So, camping challenge with Stokermatic. Now that's a good idea. Go camping with us. When you're, what kind of? I saw that you make a lot of like primitive survival shelters when you're out and about. When you're out in the Pacific Northwest, what's your preference?
As far as like
the type of shelters, when you're going to go out there and set up camp, what do you normally set up? Like
summertime, I enjoy using a hammock. But I was just talking to the wife about this earlier. I was like, honey, I need to get back out. It's time to. I feel that the itch is getting me. And she's like, well, what do you want to do? It's like I want to go and with my shelter that I made, my tarp. So and what? I said and a fire. So but it's cold. I said I know.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing different things and not doing the same thing, not being stuck in a rut. And I think the old saying that we have when it comes to training is standards will always be the same, but you have to change the conditions in which you're doing your training. And I think the same is true for me. So I try to keep things different, do things a little bit different. And just again, have a ball. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. The Stokermatic camping challenge, I think would be fun. I would love to do that. I'm going to have to, there's some more funny chats coming in here. One of them was maybe he's in his bunker. This was one saying that the cat was chewing on the network cable. That's right. Arthur was saying the controlling powers don't want anyone to be self-efficient. That's a possibility. But the one that it's when you mentioned, well, I wonder if my wife is watching this. That's what it happened, I think, right?
That's what happened.
Yeah, and someone else is saying, or his wife. So I don't know that scary thing that happened in the woods, but she's like, hey,
it could have been, yeah.
Google, shut this. It's time to shut it down. I need to talk with this guy. What should we expect coming up as far as on your channel? Because you're always cranking out new videos, and I always look forward to watching them. Can you give us a sneak peek or behind the scenes as far as what we can expect next to come on Stokermatic?
Yeah, so I think we probably all do similar things. I have a book, as far as how I try to plan my way ahead, and my book is filled with a wide variety of things. Some are a little bit more finer tuned than others, but I think what's really next moving forward is taking some of my wilderness skills and navigating and applying them to more of an urban environment. So urban navigation and how do I read physical maps that you may pick up at Walmart or some other big box store, and how can I actually read those to find the resources, to find the choke points, to find areas that I need to stay away from, how to plan routes, alternate routes. And then, that kind of ties back into some of my earlier military training as well. But so I'm going to try to get some more of that in, and of course some more wilderness stuff as well.
Yeah, well, I would definitely like to. Hopefully, this is the beginning of many more videos with us, because it's always fun to do other meet preppers that are local to me and within driving distance. And yeah, I would love to. Whenever you do that urban one, I'd like to learn a lot of stuff from you and your background and everything like that. Yeah. So this is I wanted to see Bernie. Bernie, did we miss anything? Did I miss any of the good questions, or did you have any questions that you wanted to ask Bill Stoker while he's here?
Yeah. So speaking of maps, and I just asked it on the chat. What is your favorite or recommended scale of map? So, like when you go to the store, you get those road maps, and you can get the entire state in in a sheet, versus you can really zoom in. So what's your favorite or recommended scale for a beginner like me, or what do you use the most?
Yeah, no doubt. So military and civilian scales are normally similar, but a little bit different. But really, the bottom line is that a 1 to 25,000 map, or a civilian might be like a 1 to 36 or a 1 to 24, somewhere in there, is going to get you kind of zoomed in, if you will, and it's going to really show a lot of the elevation, the changes in elevation, and a lot of the other natural man-made features that might be out there. And those are really easy to work off of, especially to move on foot, because you can see so much more of the terrain. A 1 to 50 is way more common, and gives you a little bit more space on the map. And anything larger than that, I wouldn't really want to have to trust too much. If I'm moving on foot and I have like a 1 to 250, I mean, it'd be like using a national map and trying to walk around on foot. It's just not going to do any good. But having those available, whether it was before as you were planning a trip or planning an expedition, and looking at the bigger picture, kind of helps make things a little bit easier when we start looking at the macro. So you kind of have to know both and have access to both, but you kind of want a little bit of a 1 to 25 or 1 to 50.
And then what about the topographical is by far, the highest recommendation, I'm assuming, versus some other type of map, road map versus.
Yeah. So, I mean, a road map's not going to show you changes in relief or elevation changes. And so there are some different topographical maps that are out there, and some of them show a little bit more relief. Custom Topo make some that you might, if you walked into an REI store, they're going to have custom topo maps, and those are fine. I have a couple of those as well, and those are kind of really easy, a good introduction to help understanding how to read contour lines and what's moving up and what's moving down, and what are all these squiggly, spaghetti noodle lines telling us. But having those squiggly lines on a map is paramount for us to understand how to select a route, because you don't want to, walk up something that's vertical,
right.
But you need to understand the risk that you're taking with moving it in a different direction, or just whatever the case is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, I had a question. I mean, when I like using the compass and map stuff is when we go on geocaching type adventures. Do you ever do any kind of because it seems like you're out in cool places where you could have some cool geocaches. Are you into that, or?
I mean, I was for a spell. I kind of fell off. I think my kids got older, and that kind of fell by the wayside. So
I've always wanted to do like a giveaway contest on the channel where it's in a geocache somewhere.
That'd
and
be awesome.
They got to go find it. So maybe if we get together, we can do that, or have it a multi-cache where they have to get to the next one. So we've been talking with Stokermatic for the past hour. Awesome channel with awesome videos. Again, super high quality. I'm super jealous of Stokermatic's videos compared to mine, and it makes me want to improve myself. Make sure that you go over to the channel. Link is in the description box below. Bill Stoker's also on Instagram. Cool. It looks like we got a little plug over there. That's awesome. There we go. Awesome. Yeah. So make sure that you go over to the Instagram, follow on Instagram, and then if you have Parler, there's a Parler channel over here as well, and you can follow Stokermatic over there. So let's see that. There we go. Okay, cool. So final question. I saw one that seemed like a good one that we could end this one is, well, this is from Southwest Prepper Group. Favorite urban pocket knife and Mountain Woods knife?
So my favorite pocket knife that I have, and I don't carry pocket knives all that often, but I do have one of my dad's old pocket knives. And I don't even know who made it. It's just a no brand name, probably Camilla's or something like that, or it's an old case. I can't remember which one it is. My knives, my fixed blade knives I've been using has been Essie for the last 8 or 9 years. And a couple deployments, man, they're kind of near and dear to my heart. So, but I think ultimately when you're looking at something to move out into the woods or a mountain environment, is having something that is fixed blade, about 4 inches long as far as blade length is probably going to be about right, and making sure that spine has a 90-degree angle so that you can use it for other things such as striking a ferro rod. And I think having tools that can do more than one thing for you is really what you're looking for, without trying to go like Rambo knife. Like who the hell? It makes no sense. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I think I always have a Rambo knife nearby. Let me see if I have the nearest one. Let's see. Okay.
Hey, what? Why? I was gonna say while he's doing that. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that's yeah, that was from one of your other live streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, pets. Have you ever? Do you have any pets? And have you taken them with you on any?
I do have a miniature English bulldog. And it actually belongs to my wife Tanya. They're attached to the hip, and she won't let me take her out in the woods. And I've been kind of using that in my puppy dog to get another dog. So we're looking to add on to the family and taking him out or her out as it would be, and expanding that experience together. Yeah. I told her I need something because I have had bears, I've had cougars and moose and stuff come up and find me. It's like, baby, wouldn't it be a little bit easier if I had a dog that could bark, and help protect me since I'm all by myself? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Like it.
All right, guys. So it's time. I took the knife out, and now I got to use my first aid kit. I got a little cut out there. So, on that note, I don't know if we can see that. That's a
yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
That's my first blood on the live stream. So that's a good.
First cut is the deepest.
Yeah, that's a EJ Snyder knife over there.
Nice.
And, yeah. Anyway, so there we go. So anyway, on that note, make sure that you follow Bill Stoker on Stokermatic's channel. Awesome videos are there. I had a great time talking. We're going to be working on doing some stuff together in the near future where we'll do some outdoor videos, which is going to be a lot of fun. Special thanks to Bernie for keeping an eye on everything, making sure everything's good. So thank you so much. And again, support Bill Stoker's channel. It's awesome. Great stuff. And I've been really happy to talk with you. It kind of flew by for me.
That did, man. It flew by a lot faster than I did. Cliff, I really do appreciate it. It's an awesome time. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Stokermatic. Smash that like button. And also make sure that you click the notification button on Stokermatic's channel so you get notified on when the videos come out. So again, thanks everyone for the support. And stay tuned for more videos. Again, thanks for Bill Stoker for dropping by. And see you guys next time. Here we go.
All right. Stay stoked.